Alright, Ronan MMA, welcome back to the channel. UFC 284 wrapped up last night. I'm going to spend most of my time talking about the main event and co-main event because that's the way it's going to go. We did pretty good on picks, but I don't really care about any of that because what a goddamn performance from both men, but particularly Alexander Volkanovski. And I'm probably, just going to talk about that for most of the time. So before we get into that, please like and subscribe. I'm going to thank you, rather, in advance. Thank you very much for your subscription. I greatly appreciate it, but I'm not going to spend much time on this. Let's get into it, okay? Wow, dude. Firstly, I want to say, if you haven't watched my video on this fight, before the fight, I would ask you to please do so. I deserve some goddamn credit, okay? Because everybody out there, all these analysts and picking guys and the guru, even all these guys, picking Makhachev to win by pure domination, essentially finish third round, second round, whatever round they said, you know. No one said what I said about this fight. At least not that I can think of, okay? And I even had somebody come in my comment section yesterday and say as much, and I greatly appreciate you for noticing this, so thank you very much. I said that I was picking Islam to win, but that this was by no means a foregone conclusion the way that some people are making it out to be. I said that this fight was going to be much closer than people thought it was, and I actually gave percentages, and I said that I think this fight for me was about 52% in favor of Islam and about 48% in favor of Volkanovski. And I'm going to say that that's about as close as that fight was. And I don't want to hear otherwise. 49-46 is an incorrect scorecard. Straight up. And if you're going to argue against that, I'm going to say that you don't know the rules or the judging criteria of MMA, and I don't want to hear your arguments because I've rewatched it. I've rewatched it in half speed. I slowed down certain points to quarter speed, and there is a serious argument, and I mean serious, that Alexander Volkanovski won 3 of those rounds. And I don't at me, bro, unless you've got a good argument for saying otherwise. And by good argument, I mean you're using the actual rule set and the judging criteria for professional MMA to construct your argument. Because if you're just saying, oh yeah, well you can't win a round when your back's controlled for 3 minutes, I don't want to hear it. Because dude, that's not how you win fights. And it's not because I think it's boring, it's because the rules fucking say so, dude. And we saw this on the last card, where we saw a few guys get upset at decisions. They figured they had done enough, like Kyle Nelson, the idiot from Canada. Okay. That is not how you win fights. And it's not in the rules. It's not in the criteria. Beg your pardon. Beg my pardon. Jesus. My heart's racing, dude. I'm still from this fight, okay? Damage trumps all. Ground control is not, like, even in the top 3 of... effective grappling needs to be grappling that is, like, leading you to an end of a fight. So in like round 4, for instance, when Islam had Volk's back for a significant period of time, mind you, he did not have it the way that a jiu-jitsu practitioner or somebody trying to lock in a sub would want it, because Volk's grappling abilities and submission defense, like I said, was going to be way better than y'all thought, thanks to Craig Jones. That is 100% in thanks to Craig Jones. Alexander Volkanovski might have some of the best submission defense, and him and Robert Whittaker, 2 Aussies, might have some of the best anti-grappling in the entire UFC. In that round, though, round 4, you cannot just take someone's back and win a round. You have to be actively going for a finish. And in round 4, There was not a single official submission attempt, at least on the numbers last time I checked, because Alexander Volkanovski did such a good job at stretching back, getting his head to be side to side with Islam. Islam's head's here, Volk's head's here. Guess what? Can't choke me like that. And Islam didn't actually attempt a single submission attempt. He just held the back there the entire time. And yes, those shots it's gonna seem silly, but landing shots over the back of the head the way Volk was doing, which actually ended up giving a little bit of a mouse to Islam there. That's damage. I don't give a shit what you say. Yeah, it's not the most ideal punches to be throwing, but in that position, what else are you supposed to do? You cannot just hold somebody and win a fight. That is not how the criteria works. And I would really like the Weasel to do a breakdown on this, and I hope that he does. I know he loves the Dagestani boys, but I would really appreciate it, because I just did what he does, where he slows it all down, watches each exchange slowed down. There were a few exchanges where I slowed it down to quarter speed because I really wanted to make sure that I was not seeing something, or seeing something that I thought, I don't know what I'm saying. But in round 2, for instance, Volkanovski, he appeared to have dropped Islam. The camera angle was a little shitty for me, but I went back and rewatched that specific sequence at quarter speed multiple times. He did connect, so he did briefly drop Islam. Islam popped right back up, but it's still, he dropped him. Islam actually shot for a takedown immediately. Camera again, first take, I make mistakes, just keep it, don't matter. Dude. 2, 3, and 5, and 4 is up in the air. You cannot call that 4-1 for Islam ever. If there's somebody getting 4-1, it's Volkanovski. But all 3 judges, goddamn, dude. And then in the 5th round, fucking round. And by the way, I'm not salty because I got a pick wrong. You get me? I picked Islam. But I said he wasn't really, I didn't think he was going to be able to finish him. And I was fucking right. And I said that this was a 52-48 fight, dude. And I was fucking right. I called this shit. I told you all. And I would love some props. And just subscribe. Watch the video if you don't believe me. Read the comments if you don't believe me, because then you can get the gist of what I'm saying in the video. Bro, Volk in the 5th fucking round with it. I thought we were going to see another title change hands in the last round, and it was in the last minute when he dropped him. And Islam, dude, when he got dropped there, his head was fucking flopping around. He was almost done, and I hate to be the Nate Diaz type fan, but hey, one more round. Who's winning that fight by finish? Because it wasn't Islam. Volkanovski's cardio's way fucking better. He did look smaller, but guess what? Just like I said, size wasn't going to be a problem. Because, yeah, he's shorter and all that. But thickness, width, dude, Volko's strong. His forearms are bigger, dude. He's got them Popeye forearms. I know about this. My forearms are about as wide as my bicep. So, I know about them Popeye forearms, okay? And Volk was always going to be hard for Islam to submit in any which way. Islam loves Kimuras. Volk's strong as shit. His arms are big and thick. It's man, the choke, he could not find the choke. He had multiple opportunities to find the choke. My camera's out of focus. Okay. Wow, dude. In my opinion, Volkanovski should have won that fight, but I'm not going to call it a robbery because it was a very close fight. But I truly wish that they would sit all these judges down and make sure that they understand the way that the scoring criteria is written, because This is old shit where people, dude, fan, I don't want to hear you tell me Islam had this many minutes of control time, because I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. It don't matter. Damage matters. So him holding on to Volkanovski like he's like giving him a hug from behind, basically. That's all he did in round 4. Round 2, I think Volkanovski won round 2. And I think Volkanovski won round 3. And I think Volkanovski won round 5. And 4 is questionable if you want to get hyper autistic about the scoring. Okay. Dude. What a fucking performance that was. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I got like bags under my eyes, bro. I couldn't sleep. This shit was amazing. Amazing, dude. Oh, man. Dude. If you're a Volkanovski hater after last night, I don't want to even talk to you, bro. That was probably one of the best performances in a champion versus champion situation that we've ever seen ever. And I know Conor McGregor, Eddie Alvarez stands out because, you know, Conor just like destroyed him. But I think for that matchup, Conor was supposed to win that matchup. Conor would have won that matchup like 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10. But Volkanovski was supposed to fucking lose, according to everyone. Almost a 4-1 underdog when that fight started, if I'm not mistaken. And what's up? You done. Don't pick against him, dude. That guy is going to be the fucking GOAT. Like, oh, man. Dude. He looks so good at lightweight compared to when Holloway went up. Holloway looked like he was getting overpowered in almost every single exchange. That was not the case. I'm going to give credit to Islam as well. I'm not going to be just a Volk simp, okay? Because it was a good performance by both, but the context that Islam was supposed to dominate that man. Okay? And he didn't. Not even close. It was a good performance, though, by both. Islam's doing better on the feet every time out. And the threat of the takedown is a big reason for that, because everybody's worried. And I think that in the rematch, Volk would know, I am absolutely capable of popping back up and defending myself. He's not, like Volk kept saying, he's not that strong. Nah, he's weak. Yeah, I'll be up in a minute. It's done. He's not that strong. He kept saying shit like that. Like, bro, the guy who just KO'd or knocked down and submitted Oliveira, who people were like unbelievably high on because of who he had just finished previously, like Gaethje, Poirier, dude, and Alexander Volkanovski. Bro, you lightweights better fucking get your shit together. I know there's some younger dudes coming up that would probably be a good matchup for Islam, like Arman Sarukian or Fiziev. I mean, I would love to see that fight as well, but I want a rematch, bro. I want a rematch because I think that Volkanovski is so fucking intelligent. I think his fight IQ is so goddamn high that if he has another camp centered around Islam, knowing that he can get up, knowing he can defend the chokes, knowing all of that he knows now, he will get the finish. Because I think that there were some situations where the way that Islam's takedowns in certain situations looked panicky, I think Volkanovski's striking looked a little panicky in situations. And I think that if they had another camp when he already knows I can defend, I can get up, all that jazz, I can stuff his takedowns, like, I think he'd be able to devise a plan where he gets that finish, bro, because holy shit, dude, this guy has not been training this long. Islam's been training since what? Like he was a couple years old. And Volko picks this up fucking in adulthood. What? In adulthood? Yeah. Also, goddamn, dude, that was impressive. I've never been so sad for somebody to see them not get the win, even though I thought that they should have. Again, I'm not going to scream robbery. I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was a very close fight, and you need to be a bit autistic like myself to sit there and read the scoring criteria, go back and rewatch at half speed and quarter speed to determine who won what rounds. And so I'm not going to complain about it too much, but it's really unfortunate that he came so close, because had he done a little bit more in, a few of the rounds, it would have been no question. And if they would have given it the other way, then there would have been questions, okay? Now I'm going to move on for a little bit to Yair Rodriguez and Josh Emmett, and I just want to say to that one guy in the comment section, I told you so. Not that one guy matters, but he said, like, oh man, everybody's forgetting about Emmett, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, because he arguably should have lost his last two fights, and Yair Rodriguez didn't. And Yair Rodriguez lost one of his last two fights, but it was against Max Holloway. Not against Dan Ige or Calvin Kattar, and who are both good fighters, but they are not Max Holloway. Okay? And Josh Emmett has very limited weapons on the feet. 1-2. That was all. 1-2, a 3 as well. He's got a hook a little bit. But like I said, dude, he hits arms. He doesn't hit clean. He doesn't land clean unless you're looking at old fights when he's fighting, like, essentially, I'm not being disrespectful, but like the bottom feeders of the featherweight division. As soon as he started fighting guys who had a bit of striking defense, he can't get him away. And it's not because he's not powerful, it's because he's not landing properly. He's not landing cleanly. And he landed a couple times on Yair, but Yair was able to survive. Round one, it wasn't like a super clean knockdown. Like, it was, he clipped him and then weird exchange happened. Yair ends up on the ground, and I would have still given round one to Yair, I think, because he does so much damage when he's on the feet. Emmett almost peeled over to the first body kick he fucking threw. Like, oh, dude, I forgot. Emmett looked like shit. That weight cut got to him, I think. And I think Yair knew that, and I think Yair thought, I'm going to hit your body. I'm going to blast kicks at your fucking dehydrated liver because you're a bridge troll. And your tits look like you might be on PEDs as well. I'm not going to say for certain because I'm not more plates, more dates, but he's definitely got like a little bit swollen nipples if you look at him. Okay. And he looked like garbage. You could still see a bit of the, skeleton outline. He looked pale, like very pale still, and I know that he's pale because he's a ginger. Yeah, I know. But it was different. It was like, I don't know how to explain it, man. He just, in my opinion, is when they showed him warming up in the back, right after Jack Della Maddalena starched Randy Brown, I thought, oh shit, he looks bad. This is going to be fucking brutal for him, and it was. He had essentially nothing for Yair Rodriguez. Yair is a fucking savage, dude. God damn, hands completely down in those exchanges in the pocket, and he's just slipping shit. He is so slick, too elusive. I don't know what that guy in my comment section was thinking. Why would you think that Emmett was going to get that done? What has Emmett showed you that would have led you to believe that he was going to finish Yair Rodriguez? Or even get a decision, because dude, he looked tired after the first. Yeah. He was. And then Yair pulls off a sub. Toes a little bit in cage right before, but we won't talk about that because I like Yair Rodriguez and I don't like Josh Emmett. No, I'm just kidding. Ref told him to get him out, though, and then he went for the sub. So, it wasn't like it necessarily helped him. Beautiful performance, though. He looked pretty much unscathed at the end of that fight. Josh Emmett looked like he had just received a full-on, like, bully fucking beatdown. Like, that was not good for Josh Emmett. Not a good look for Josh Emmett. And that was how that fight was supposed to go, by the way. Like, if you pick Josh Emmett, that's fine, but I don't think it was very intelligent. I think it was probably like an underdog pick, and you figured, maybe he gets a KO and I win some money, but he can't land cleanly because all he knows how to do is throw like a big shot or two, and that's it. And I'm not trying to shit on the guy, but Jesus. And Jack Della Maddalena also, Jesus, gets the sub after knocking Randy Brown down. Randy Brown fell like about as funny as the way fucking what's his name, Johnny whatever his face, Johnny Walker, falls down. That was like some meme shit, bro. My nose is plugged, but it don't matter. I can't believe that was such a good card, dude. I can't wait to rewatch it today. Like, just, oh, dude. Volkanovski should have won that fight, in my opinion. I know, like, I can sense the dislikes. I can sense people in my comment section. How can you read it? Read the goddamn scoring criteria. Read it. Read it. Yeah, man, you gotta read it. I'm sick of listening to the commentators try to score fights when they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Dominic Cruz is acting like, oh, you know, we've seen the way the judges have been scoring fights, so he really needs this third round. Like, the judges are really scoring this third round heavily. No, they're not. They're scoring the third round 10-9 or 10 or 10-8 the way that they're scoring every other fucking round, Dominic Cruz. You idiot. And they say, oh, it's really his damage on the feet compared to his blah, 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 blah. No, it's not, because in the scoring criteria, those things aren't worth the same. So you're not weighing whether or not his ground control was more than the damage done on the feet, because that's not what you're doing. And I'm not saying that when it was on the feet, Volkanovski was the only one doing good shit. Like, they were both landing good shots. Pardon me, but in the rounds that I'm thinking of specifically, Volk landed better shots. In round 2, the only argument for giving Islam that round is because he may have pulled ahead on strikes in that round based on those like short little knees from the clinch at the end of the round. But the problem is that he didn't have like a dominant clinch position. I think they were in 50-50. I think they were over under, because I'm pretty sure Volk had it over on Islam's right shoulder, and then I think Islam had the under on the left side of him, and or sorry, what the fuck did I just say? Volk had an over on Islam's right side and had the under on his left side, is what I meant to say. I screwed that up, sorry. Camera's out of focus. Do you know how annoying that is? Jesus. But Islam wasn't really able to put any power or like weight or torque behind those knees because they were just like short. No, and because Volk was the one pressing him against the cage, and they were in a 50-50 position with like the clinch battle going on. It wasn't like he had plumb and was just pushed up against the cage, because if he had a tie clinch and he was pushed up against the cage, he still could have landed good knees. But they weren't. They were just little short side of the knee, like thigh, not even directly, like, you know what I mean. And so when I rewatched it, I went, no, those aren't enough to outweigh the fact that Volk flash knocked down Islam and landed multiple clean left hooks, landed a good right hand. I went and paused and screenshotted edited instances screenshotted instances where Volk landed cleanly on him. God damn, dude. I can't believe that. That was so much fun to watch. I hope they do it again. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would go back and watch my video on this pre-fight, because I think I look like a fucking genius now. But that's just me. Please like and subscribe. That was incredible. I am so hyped on that fight. God, that was so good. I might rewatch it right fucking now. I'm going to thank you in advance for your subscription. Please. Please. Thank you. Thank you very much for your subscription. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that... Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.